Hey everyone, this is the LEGO Technic Skid Steer Loader set for 2021. Realistically, I don't think I can ask for too much from just 140 pieces of Technic, especially when you consider that any set with that number of pieces is going to be mostly connectors and pins and small axles and stuff. But this does manage to pack a respectable amount of appropriate action and mechanism into a relatively small package. So for the sake of scale, I'll just bring in a completely random minifigure here. So, it's not tiny, but it's definitely not huge. And the mechanisms here are to raise and lower the arm. So that's using a worm gear mechanism, like so. Uses a single-sided arm design, which is increasingly common on these types of vehicles in real life. And then you just have the ability to raise and lower the bucket. This is not as smooth. You see there's a little bit of play in there, but it does the trick. It does work. You can get this up rather high, much higher than you ever want to carry a load in one of these things. I mean, this is still going. Look at this. Still going. Oh my goodness. That's all bad. And then you have the ability to do this. So you can open up the cab, move the roll cage forward, pretend that you put a person in there, again, just with the completely random minifigure for the sake of scale. I don't have a convenient old Technic figure to put in here, but there's no room for their legs anyway. The legs would have to be hanging out the front. Not exactly designed for that, but that's the idea. The console uses a couple of printed system pieces. Nice to see. The other system pieces included in this are up here for your lights at the top of the cab and then lights at the rear. So looking down inside, you can see the worm gear. It's one of those short in length but wide worm gears. That operates this, actually. So that's working against the tan gear here at the back that sticks out. And then to do the dumping, and I mean, that's ultimately just connected to here to here. To do the dumping, you're just controlling the upper arm, the upper parallel arm. Oops, over here. Moving that forward and back. And that's that. This bucket actually works well. You can properly play with this in sand or something, vermiculite or soft, loose dirt. It scoops up a pretty respectable amount of material and has good shaping actually to work with that. I like the red wheels, and I think that the whole thing looks best from this side by far, even though this is where most of the fun stuff is actually occurring. These are the leftover pieces, and the official build uses 2 of the black full-size bushing. As a bonus, it is officially a 2-in-1 set, and that's what the secondary build looks like. You do have to go online to download the instructions for it. They do not include the physical ones, but I think that's a pretty good use of the parts and a pretty significant redo, pretty significant conversion of a skid steer loader into a hot rod. It also has slightly working steering in this form, so still some function. And then for $10 US for this, it's a yes from me, to be sure. Yeah, I love that price point. I love that price point for any kind of theme from LEGO. I hope that they will continue to make more and more and more and more and more sets at $10. 10 or 15. 10 is my favorite, especially when what you get for that is actually useful. It's not the bare bones. It's not kind of a throwaway. It's not like a gift with purchase level of build. Like this is nice, just as it is, especially for its size. To work and everything. Pretty cool. Very happy with this. Thanks for watching. I don't have a build video for this because it's so small. I just did it on my own time while watching TV, but I will continue to bring you more videos on this channel and talk to you again soon.